Hello, this is Russell from
Tones of Evil.
And you're listening to Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luke of Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And tonight it's Nightwing 123 and 124, the final issues of Bruce Jones. And in my opinion, the art's getting worse. It's a personal opinion, but I like this.
Well, what I was surprised about, because I really did not remember these ones, because I thought the whole thing of Bruce, I thought all of Bruce Jones was Tentacle Monster. I thought it was kind of interesting. I definitely felt like these two issues in particular had a lot of Nightwing glamour shots that were very like how they usually depict women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like there were a lot, like when we get to it, the shot on the page where they have the fire down below kind of thing, that I was like, oh, that's a very like Catwoman, Supergirl, whatever kind of shot. He just doesn't have massive breasts popping out to really make it.
Yeah, because these ones, trying to find the name of the artist. I wasn't familiar with this artist either. Robert Tyrannisi. Yeah, I thought I saw somewhere I don't know if he worked on some comic, but I don't know if it was like a mainstream, like, DC or anything. So, yeah, I wasn't familiar with it.
I mean, I thought it was actually interesting and kind of cool because, I like stuff like that where I'm like, oh, this is,
Well, looking at this, I mean, this art isn't even as bad as I remember from my reread, but I don't know. I like the two previous weeks a little bit better. I really don't like the cover. I'll tell you that.
Stuff where I can, I love it when there's things where I can use to laugh or rail against the man. Like, what's the matter with this? Why are they drawing that woman that way? So this was good for me. I was like, oh yeah. This is like a Catwoman pose. Gives me something to sink my teeth into. What did you think, kid? What did you think?
So yeah, 123 starts with a...
Oh, I got some Dr. Evil going on over here, Phil.
Oh,
except I'm wearing black and she's black, so you can't really see her. There she is.
How about no?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like that.
I know. But yeah, this issue's kind of something different. It starts with this fire, and then Dick's watching late night TV, and he's like, oh, it's nice to think of a lot of lonely people up in the middle of the night.
Maybe. Yeah, a lot of people are night owls.
Yeah.
What I can't understand is people, when I watch the evening news, then they're like, the morning starts at 4. I'm like, oh my God. That's the middle of the night.
I was going to say, I only get up early in the morning because I have no choice because of work. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be a night owl.
World is.
Heck, weekends, yeah, whenever I'm off, yeah, I'm a night owl.
Makes us get up too early.
Focus. I still stay up way too late, but
and you're not even out fighting crime.
I know.
Or are you? So anyway, yeah, when he's about to jump out, so you've got a butt shot there. And he has very luxurious hair as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you get the fire down below. And isn't that like a total... Because he's like all twisted, kind of. That, like,
Yeah, especially coming out that window. That would be hard to...
I mean, it's not quite full on broken back, but definitely when I saw that, I thought, that's a pose that a lot of other artists use for used for women so you can get a gratuitous chest shot.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And if that foot wasn't in the way, you'd see some butt, too, yeah.
I mean, even with the foot, you could see some butt.
Yeah. So, yes, it seems
So, yeah, that was interesting.
since we have...
And then in the words I can relate, you can relate to those 4 female comic book characters.
Mm-hmm. And then it seems like we have a fire meta burning stuff down.
Yes, and so it's at, of course, Cheyenne's apartment building.
Yep.
Because things are going badly. Apparently, the Pierce brothers were, like, really all of her money.
Mm-hmm. So...
And then at first, I'm such an idiot. At first, I was watching, and I was like, how did she get in the shower so fast? And I was like, oh, wait, those are the sprinklers. Because it's a fire.
You know, we see Dick hanging outside. I don't know which is worse, not getting enough sleep to look for a new job or staying awake on nights when nothing's popping.
And it's popping.
Yeah, fire trucks. But yeah, Cheyenne's trying to get out of her apartment. Yeah, everything's falling apart. She's like, yeah, probably if I break something down, more oxygen's probably not better for that fire.
Yeah, but then she does something with her
Yeah, I think
meta stuff, right?
Yeah, did she like come through the wall or something?
Yeah.
Oh, but then Dick gets knocked down as he's swinging in. He's like, this proves that God is definitely a woman.
Yeah, and then look at the next shot.
Yep. Yeah, you get another butt shot. He's like on his hands and knees. And somebody tell this artist that Dick's a man.
But that's what's so interesting, because it's not like this is the only time this happens to Dick. That's why he's such a juicy character. There's so much to talk about.
Oh my!
No, I mean, it's so fascinating from a sort of intellectual point of view. Like, why is it that some characters are drawn in certain ways that other characters... Because, like, you don't generally see Bruce shots like that.
Oh, no.
So...
I don't know. It just seems like if they ever sexualize a male character, it's usually Dick.
Yes. I mean, at least in the Bat family. I can't speak about the other ones.
He's up there.
Who's the sexy Green Lantern? I mean, they must have one.
I don't know. I mean, they have 2 women among the guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They really don't do that. Again, as I said, I don't know. I can't think of anyone besides Dick.
So yeah, I don't know if it's like kind of a fan base thing. If they think that's what the fans want. Like, I always wish DC would want them to say, like, who is it? Do you think that you're gearing this towards? Because I do think that the fan base for some of these, I mean, obviously, you know, like, different people are going to be reading different comics.
Mm-hmm.
And the fan bases for Nightwing and Batman are not exactly the same.
Well, yeah, I think at this point they were trying to definitely make him his own thing. And once again, I wonder if you don't think they would have did this with Jason, do you? I mean, at this point, I don't think it was having to turn a Jason story around into a Dick story. Don't you think this was?
No, I think that would have just been the very first one.
Yeah, this was always going to be Dick's story. So yeah, I was going to say I don't see them doing this with Jason. But then Dick catches up to the Meta, who tries to fry Dick. But then the cops show up, who still think he's a killer. I'm trying to remember. I haven't reread the next couple, but I think they kind of dropped that to the cops after him after this arc too.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty sure. Yeah, the cops start firing, so Dick has to escape. They show him leaping across the dock, but they don't show his final getaway. So, do you think he swung off, or did he jump in the river?
Yeah, I think that's supposed to show him jumping in the river.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, they show him like on the dock, like right next to the river, but they never show him like hit the water.
Yeah, the fire guy, is that like Tiny Guy? Or no, that's somebody else.
What, after Dick escapes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Pierce brothers, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. One of them's really small.
Were they on a hill or something? Yeah. So they're like at a construction site, yeah.
Yeah, then Cheyenne shows up wearing a Superman t-shirt. Classic. I like it when they do funny things with t-shirts. But then she's all like, I'm moving in. You're like, okay.
Well, I only have the one mattress. I'm sure you'll suffer through it.
You're going to suffer through it. Because she's going to make him sleep on the couch.
She's like, yeah, the Pierce brothers revoked my apartment lease thanks to you. He's like, thanks to me. Yeah, you got them. Me to use my powers against them, remember? But they disagree. And she's like, see, this is why we can never live together. Thank God it's only temporary. And I sleep on the right.
Yeah, it was like once they became the male and female Nightwing, she was like, I'm not interested in you anymore.
The meta's name is Fireball. They said the job's done, but the price doubled. I'm on the lam. Even lost my cell phone thanks to your pal Nightwing. Get this, call me the Baxter Arms. I'll be listed under Smith. I want my money like yesterday as he fries the phone. And then Dick goes to visit Clancy again.
That's right. And he tells her about how Cheyenne moved in. And then she asks, are you in love with her? And he's like,
Yeah. Boy, you get right to it, huh?
And then this is sad. So yeah, and then she's saying, you always have this much trouble with women. Haven't been that many. True. And we just suppose we outgrew each other. And he's saying, I'm the one who changed. And he says, me for what I really am. I mean, I don't know, it's so negative and sad. I mean, he didn't have that. It wasn't like he was, well, no, wait. I guess they were having him do that kind of weird stuff with the mob or whatever beforehand.
Yeah. It's just so weird. Yeah, since, after 1 year later, the whole thing seemed to take a weird left turn.
Yeah.
Oh, but they, sexualize him again because she's like, because he said he hasn't had that many women. She's like, guy like you, I'm attracted. She's like, and I can't even see her face. Once again, comic book logic. I really can't tell what your face looks like with that teeny tiny mask across your eye.
Wait, look how big it is. It's going down this way. It's has mask sideburns.
Covering the cheek.
There you go. It totally throws it all off.
Covering part of the cheekbones. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's you cannot even tell at all. I mean, he might as well be wearing glasses, Phil. That's how good it is.
Yeah, true. But he's like, it ended. Why? I suppose we just outgrew each other. It wasn't her fault. We'd been childhood sweethearts. I'm the one who changed. Last year I had this experience. I almost died, like a near-death experience, more of a near-life experience. I suddenly saw things for what they were rather than what I wanted them to be. What? Her for what she really was, Clancy says. Me for what I really am. What? What does this mean?
But I said it's just very sad and
he got injured.
dramatic.
He got injured. Beyond that, how does?
That's why I said maybe because beforehand they had him doing that undercover mob and Deathstroke thing. Maybe that's, but yeah.
And they don't come out and say, but maybe the whole Blockbuster thing and stuff.
Who knows when that was supposed to,
Yeah, but he actually let Blockbuster die and stuff, yeah.
Timeline, but yeah. It's also clearly because they thought he was going to die, they're like, oh, well, you can't get married because...
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
having that happen, so now we have to have you...
Yeah.
Because doesn't this sound it sounds super cliche. It sounds like everything out of a movie. I mean, it's basically it's not you, it's me.
And two, again, I know I'm getting too deep into it, but again, he suffered a rape, and I'm sure we never saw him go to therapy or anything.
No,
we never see him talk to one person about it. So,
right.
Yeah, there's trauma there
for sure. But of course, he's being all I'm not the person I want to be. I mean, he's basically I'm not good enough for Barbara. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, which does feel like classic Dick Grayson that he would blame himself rather than someone else.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of how the bats roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, construction site, blah blah blah.
Yeah, the Piece Brothers construction site where the fireball shows up and basically where's my? All right, hold on, I got sound effects. Okay, so where fireball's just.
We need the money, gimme.
So yeah, he's burning stuff up, and Nightwing pops in.
Yeah, he's trying to
some sick moves.
He's trying to burn the one Pierce brother. Wait, is it? Not Barry, the other one. Yeah, but then Dick swings in. Look who's here, the psycho boy of East Manhattan. No, Jason left town.
Yeah, and I didn't know it was East Manhattan. I don't really know very much about Manhattan, though. I can't tell East from West.
I know. Dick, that's Mr. Psycho Boy to you. He should have used that fear like Bruce. You've been like, yeah, surrender, I'll kill you. Yeah, I'll surrender, I'll kill you.
Yeah, but that's not.
I know.
That's Mr. Psycho Boy to you is definitely classic Nightwing. It's got to be with the quips. And then it ends very dramatically.
They tries to team up with Buddy, and Buddy ain't having it, so they said something to Fireball. Or is it tough to think with such a big headache and such a little head? As he punches him. But yeah, Dick says, don't ever come within spitting distance of Cheyenne Fremont again, or this is going to feel like the first kiss of spring. And that's when the SWAT team shows up, and Dick is surrounded.
That's a very dramatic pose at the end as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a very chest forward.
Oh, yeah, his arms are behind him, yeah. It definitely looks like he's throwing.
All right.
Yeah, it definitely looks like
a woman
in comics, throwing the chest out.
That's why I said, honestly, I mean, this story I was kind of like, whatever, but I found that really fascinating. I really enjoyed going through and like, oh, that's a stereotypical comic woman pose. Oh, that's a stereotypical comic woman pose. I just find it so fascinating.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they do that because I think maybe more so than some other characters, like there are more women and gay men that read Nightwing. I don't know if that's why they do it or if it's just, I don't know.
I mean, does Dick have a reputation even now? Well, at this point, just of like women just like falling in love with him. I mean, think about it. An alien princess fell to Earth and had to learn English by kissing him. It's like,
right, but I'm talking about like in the real world.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Starfire. They're not drawing him in those poses for Starfire.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it has something to do, yes, with how they do the character, but also with who they think the fan base is.
I just thought maybe like their mindset too. Yeah, I was like, if they're gonna do this, the one male character, are they just like, oh hey, it's Dick Grayson, Yeah, I mean, when do you think it's okay? In your opinion, when do you think they started to be like, some of these ladies might like Dick Grayson. Maybe we should, try to go after this fan base.
I think more in the 80s. I mean, I think they did it a little. I think they did it some in the 70s. Because he was finally an adult, he went to college and they gave him his first real girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. But I think you see it more in the Teen Titans. It's kind of a different style. It's more about the interpersonal relations, more
like Marvin. The Marvin George Titans. Yeah.
And there's always the jokes with how I like in a lot of the early Teen Titans, how they'll get into a fight and Robin's costume ends up very strategically ripped.
Yeah, I think if not before, it's like when he definitely by the time he became Nightwing, they were playing that up.
Yeah, I think it's with the Teen Titans. I mean, there's always been a certain sort of like beefcake aspect to all of it. It's just how they draw it and like what fantasy it is.
Yeah.
And I think Batman is drawn physically more as a male fantasy, not that he's supposed to be designed to appeal to men, but in the set a male fantasy is in like he's absolutely ripped and like totally strong and boom like that. Whereas, a lot of the Robins are smaller.
Yeah.
So it's a different demographic, I guess.
But yeah, I think they really started sexualizing him again. Yeah, I think when he first became Nightwing, because that was the dividing point where before that, even what was he like 19 or whatever when the Marvin George started Titans, and it's like, oh, he's still kind of a boy, but Nightwing was like symbolizing not only him getting away from Batman, but now he's a man.
Right, and I think you have an easier time doing it with a character like Nightwing than you do with Robin, because Robin has always... I mean, because that was part of why they wanted to change him from Robin to Nightwing, is because Robin has always been... Robin is directed more towards children.
Yeah, and again, like I said, even at 19, I think when you hear Robin, you think a boy, not a man,
So, yeah, I think that's part of it.
And I don't care who you are. It's hard to be sexy in pixie boots. Come on.
No way.
Well, at least
he's a real man who can rock pixie boots. A truly confident person.
He killed a Christmas elf.
No, he borrowed his outfits.
I love Beast Boy.
They're sharing it.
I love Beast Boy. You killed a Christmas elf? Or you were a Christmas elf?
There is a very early I have it downstairs, like in the omnibus or whatever. But there is a very early Batman one where Batman and Robin are, dealing out justice on the streets, and some thug or some goon's like, "Help! I'm being attacked by an elf!" And Robin kicks him. It's pretty great.
Wasn't an issue with Batman's thong, was it?
No, it was many years before Batman's thong.
That had teeth marks in it.
Yeah, that omnibus, plug for Omnibus Batman, The Golden Age, Volume 9, because it includes the infamous, Batman, don't you remember this leather thong? It still has your teeth marks in it panel. Also, the panel where Robin is standing on a roof after they got some set up, and he says, all right, I just had to stand here. Batman told me to stand here and expose myself.
Oh. Well, and then let's not forget the infamous Lilith was here for the joke. Well, one of the Joker boner issues.
Yeah, that's in a different omnibus though.
I know,
but Bruce and Dick together going to the nightclub. That's also in volume 9. I was like, quality parenting there.
Oh, and then what was that? Was that the 40? Was that the early 40s when he was telling Dick, "Don't be gay."
Don't get gay.
Oh,
yes,
don't
that
get gay.
was
Okay,
that was Batman number 10, I think, when it's
something
Dick's
like
birthday.
that. Yeah, one of those early ones.
And, yeah, the same issue where he spanks him for his birthday.
A lot of spanking back then. Bruce spanking Dick, Alfred spanking Catwoman.
I just read some article. I was looking at this book about comics during the Cold War, and there's one of Lois Lane, Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, where she goes to the Fortress of Solitude, and Superman has some Superman robot spanker. So
Oh, I think was it the 70s? There's a Marvel issue where Ben Grimm, the Thing, puts Moondragon over his knee and spanks her. It's just, I don't know, man. Some of those older creators, man, they're into some stuff.
Yeah, it's like, why are you being so ridiculous? Like, this is supposed to be for children. I suppose it's their version of like a Disney movie where you have jokes for the kids and also jokes for the adults. They're like, maybe in case your parents read this too.
Well, I think they said
maybe they knew it would provide endless entertainment for people decades later to be like, wow.
Unfortunately,
they were doing some weird stuff back then.
Unfortunately, I think it was the saddest state of what a large part of the world thought of women. I don't know.
Well, yes, that too. Yes. All right. Anyway.
All right. So, should we get
this is an amazing cover, though.
Yes, I do like this cover. Yes, I see this.
This is one of the. I would say this is one of the most famous covers from that run.
I know. I was going to say, and it's like this issue is not going to make anyone's top 10 list, but yeah, I see that cover a lot.
But that cover is.
Yes.
Yeah, that cover is. Yeah. That's definitely one of the top 10 covers.
And I mean, it's so.
That's what we should do sometime is discuss what our top 10 covers are.
There you go.
First Nightwing series. Yeah. Ask people on the Facebook page to offer their thoughts.
The first series, should we do it by series or just like all time, top 10 all time?
No, yeah, do it by series.
Okay.
Then it can be more fun and you get more options.
True. But yeah, I mean, this one's good, but it's so simple too because it's just like you just see Dick leaping off a building.
That's why it's so good.
I know.
Because it's so simple.
And he's basically just like in silhouette, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And there are the birds. Or are they bats? They could be either.
Yeah, but the sky's kind of blue. I'm thinking it's sometime in the day. I don't think it's night, so.
I'm thinking maybe it's supposed to be like either twilight or as it's getting to be dawn.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's right before dawn, yeah.
So it could be bats going home, birds coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we enter... And another shot like we've been talking about before.
Oh, yeah. Dick getting ready to take on the cops. Yeah, we see him like crouching from behind, yes.
And then somehow, boom.
Oh my god, how did this creative team not... Oh my god, just that first page. How did this creative team not name this book Crouching Nightwing Hidden SWAT Team?
Probably because it was like 6 years afterwards and they didn't think people would get it anymore.
Oh, true, but they would have been visionaries. But yeah, just the cops telling me surrounded and to give up before we open up. Oh, but look, then he gets helped out by Roy Harper.
Yeah, I guess this is because this is overlapping with the Outsiders.
Yeah. And then we have a new joke to beat into the ground. Yeah, I never got the name. There's no wings.
Oh, I see.
Where are the wings? How about Night Flyer? Oh no, Midnight Express. And then for some reason they have Dick make a tasteless joke about Native Americans. Roy, now you're a bigot and a fugitive? Yeah, I've gone completely to hell, haven't you heard? Except for the moves, of course.
Roy and your ego.
So I'm assuming between last week and this week, yeah, Dick's fully healed now. Back in shape. Oh man, we didn't get a training montage. Oh lord, so what, they commandeer a SWAT helicopter. Then something hits the engine and it goes, helicopter's going down.
It says Roy's bleeding, but I don't see it.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm telling you. This, wait, is it? Or is that part of his costume? I was going to say, was that his leg or...
I mean, it's hard to tell because part of his costume is red.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This art isn't exactly my favorite.
I don't understand why he keeps calling him Roy. Shouldn't he call him... I mean, first he calls him Arsenal, but then he's like, Roy? Man,
I don't know.
Feel, bro.
I'm trying to remember if Roy has like a big secret identity because he's not wearing a mask or anything.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, he has worked for Checkmate and stuff, so I don't know if he's just... I don't know. You know, Roy, dodging bullets with you used to be more fun. You're turning into a real pessimist. Then Buddy's like, oh no, Barry's going to be pissed. There we go. Delete the spam we got in the comments. Alright,
What happened? I didn't see it.
No, I don't know. It wasn't even English. I don't know what it was, but...
Oh.
it was spam. Or whatever. So what? Then they get back to the city, and Dick's like, oh, my little slice of heaven. Look, Dick, I'm seriously worried. Dick, I'm seriously worried about me. Sometimes I forget how beautiful this town can be. But is it the right town? As opposed to Bloodhaven? Bloodhaven wasn't right for anyone.
What I think is odd is him saying maybe it's time for a change, more Dark Knight, less Man of Steel. It feels like if people think you're a killer, wouldn't it be the opposite that you would want to do? Unless he means more
stick to the
be in the shadows and nobody knows anything about you.
Maybe, yeah. I'm assuming, yeah, it just means, yeah, stick to the shadows, don't let people see you as much. I would assume. And then he's back in the apartment. Cheyenne's helping him fix his suit because it got ripped up. Oh, we haven't mentioned the butt. Big in the butt and too tight in the crotch.
Fat in the head.
She's like, your friend's right. You do need to change your image. Oh, Lord. You got the best designer in town here. You might want to be grateful and take advantage. She's like, I was grateful to take advantage of you. Oh, Lord. But as he's hitting on her, she's like, I gotta find my own place.
Yep. She's over him.
I guess. I don't know. It just seems weird because it seems like she's saying no and Dick's still hitting on her, and that doesn't seem like Dick to me. Most other stories.
Oh, right. That's true because, yeah, so then we see, like, an apprentice thing, and then it's like, then I think they had sex again.
Looks like it. Yeah, because she's like, why aren't you asleep? He's like, asleep? You revitalized me. You make me want to leap over tall buildings, bend steel with my bare hands. Oh yeah, Afterglow. Yes, they had sex.
Yeah, I don't know. The relationship with them is very weird.
Yeah, because she's just laying there in bed. He goes, procrastinating, huh? She goes, hey, you're the one about to jump out the window. And he goes, it's called a work ethic. You should get one. Jeez. Well, she's like, maybe I'll find my own nightlife. Look, you don't own me, superhero. No one does. He's like, whatever. You're leaving anyway, right? Then go. Again, yeah. I mean, I don't think this.
It's so weird. They're so ping-ponging back and forth, like hugging her and stuff, and then they have sex, and then he's like, "All right, I gotta go."
I don't. This doesn't seem like Dick to me. Maybe the writer doesn't get the character because I don't think this would have been Jason at this point. But this would seem more like Jason to me.
I guess I don't know. Well, I mean, it's hard. Cheyenne's very hard to figure out too.
Yeah.
Because he's writing her as like, "Leave me alone," and then like, "Yay, I'm so happy we had sex," and now she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, like, not a very well-written relationship.
And that whole situation really, I mean, wasn't presented that well. Because, first he's saying no, no, no. And now it's like, oh, hey, look, they had sex. I don't know. Again, I don't think Bruce Jones got, well, at least Dick, he didn't get, I mean, most of these characters are new creations of his. But, yeah, I don't think he really got Dick Grayson. And, again, I don't know if the whole, switching from Jason back to Dick kind of threw him the whole time or what. But then we see Fireball and his assistant going after one of the Piece Brothers. Oh, the assistant gives him a note, supposedly from Cheyenne, to meet her somewhere.
Then we got another one of those shots.
Oh yeah, after he leaps off a gargoyle. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just certain artists too. Maybe I mean, I know it's probably a skill set. They capture like that movement right. So unless this artist is just like, oh yeah, we gotta do all these weird poses and.
But then he goes into, and there's like a little bit of one when he's going into the movie theater, when he's like right in front of the end sign.
Yeah, because there's a mugging or something. Yeah, but he chases him into the theater.
Then we're back to Cheyenne, and she's like, I shouldn't have flown off the handle. This is ridiculous. What am I doing? So again, they're writing her like so ping pong.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that's like a trope of some comics in certain eras. Yeah, it's just like, especially like, that's why I say the hardest relationship is probably Superman and Lois Lane, because it's like you really can't write Superman being a dick most of the time. So it's always like, hey, if someone's going to be unreasonable, it's usually Lois.
unfair.
But yeah, a lot of times they don't want to like show the hero being like a complete jerk. So.
Oh, so they make all the women be ridiculous instead. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes she's very not. I don't know. She just doesn't.
But yeah, she seems to change her mind. Like, you know, her mind flips more than Two Faces coin, and But yeah, the Fireball's assistant brings a note to Cheyenne too, supposedly to meet Barry Pierce. Why would she even go? I mean, you know, they like want you dead or something. Oh, because the note says they have dick. So Cheyenne walks in and meets Barry, and he kisses her, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Hey, is that what your note say?
What note? And he's like, "Wait, what note?" Oh, we realized the Fireball did it.
Yeah.
Or what's his name?
Fireball.
Okay, yeah. And then, boom, another one.
Oh, yep. Kind of a weird crotch shot there.
Yeah, but again, it's the like weird.
Yeah, because like in the back and yeah, and then like
it's like so chesty too.
And it's so in the one arm's like behind the. I don't see how his leg. I don't know how that could be aerodynamic.
It's not supposed to be aerodynamic. And then you've got like a butt shot on that page too.
Yeah, because he leaps back into his apartment looking for Cheyenne. Hey, it was me. It was totally me tonight. I came back to say I am sorry. So then, the assistant is what? Sparkplug, who basically shocks Cheyenne. I shorted her out.
Yeah, so she like grabs hold of her and
yeah, like a and then it's like then she's gonna shock Barry Pierce, and there she's like, don't kill him. I want him to feel the flames before he dies. So Fireball starts warming up.
And Dick comes busting in.
Got a hot date.
Yeah, temperature-wise, very hot. And then he throws, I don't know, those little, like, fire extinguisher balls, basically.
What is it? Something to keep your flame under control? So, yeah, the room's on fire again.
He saved Cheyenne and, who was it, Barry?
Barry Pierce, yeah. But he just basically, like, he throws Barry out the window because he says, I don't think a one-story fall is going to slow old Barry down much. And get Cheyenne out. And then Barry Pierce is like, gonna take more than a flash in the pan like you to stop the Pierce brothers. You hear me, Nightwing? And we never see him again.
Oh, I guess it didn't.
You.
And then it totally makes sense to me that Cheyenne would leave since, you know, it's going to be a new writer coming on. But it's so abrupt, this last page. And then she's like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to Hollywood. And it's like, bye. And then...
Well, they kind of cleaned it. Yeah, it's like real abrupt. It's like, oh, hey, I'm leaving. And oh, hey, by the way, Sparkplug shorted out my powers. I don't have them anymore. Bye.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like what, like 4 panels. She's like, bye. See a taxi sitting on front, her packing her suitcase, and then she's just like, he's like, let me at least take you to the airport. No thanks. Since that little brat zapped me, I have no defenses left. And let's face it, I never was a match for you. She goes, you take care of yourself out there. So we have someone else running around who knows Dick's secret. So, although maybe not. This is before New 52. So
yeah, I don't know if she exists anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean, we never see her again, do we?
As far as I know, no. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Most of these Bruce Jones characters, I don't think we see again. The Pierce brothers, Cheyenne, yeah.
Well, and I think some of the ones that are in, like, the one that Marv does afterwards, I mean, I don't think we see them again either.
No, and that's what I was going to say. I think he kind of creates, like, a new supporting cast for Dick and stuff. I was going to thumb through it real quick.
Whatever. It was nice to see Clancy again.
Yes. And I was going to say, I think it's a while before we see Clancy again, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be.
I can't remember.
So, like, I don't know. It was weird.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because unless it looks different and all the neighbors are... Yeah, I think, by next issue, he has, like, a new place and stuff.
Dan Jurgens helped on that one, though.
Yeah, he's doing... Dan Jurgens did the art, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with Dan Jurgens, man. He'll work on, like, the same character in, like, different eras. Like, yeah, he drew Nightwing on the arc after this, and, you know, then he writes him after the whole Rick debacle. All right, Kristen. So, what did you now that it's all over? What did you think of the Bruce Jones run? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It was pretty.
Yeah, that's nice. You know, it's again at least almost half of it was probably like, oh, this was supposed to be Jason, but we had to use Dick again.
I mean, so what? Honestly, what I ended up was enjoying the tentacle monster because it was just so what the heck. And then in the last two, I was amused by all of the different like Catwoman style glamour shots because I just saw and I was like, oh wow, this is fascinating because there were a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
The two, and I just find that interesting.
Yeah, I don't think that was I don't think that was an order. But do you think that was just the artist's take on it, or?
Yeah, maybe he just felt like doing it. I don't know. I mean, maybe he didn't even. I mean, it's also possible that it's not really a conscious thing.
True. Or maybe
that,
he's just looking at some Catwoman art. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just saying Catwoman because she's the one that possibly.
Well, they
do it a lot with those, and I don't know as I noticed it the first time. It's just something that sometimes once you start looking for that kind of thing, I really noticed it when we were reading the ones in London because the covers, inside it wasn't that bad, but on the covers, I was like, what the heck?
Well, yeah, trying to get people to read.
Well, and people are more conscious of it now.
Oh,
than they
yeah.
were even just a few years ago.
Well, I think in 2006 people were conscious of it, but I think at then people were just like, oh yeah, that's a thing comic books do. That's a thing comic book artists do.
Yeah, I mean they were conscious, but not as like, why are we doing this? That's kind of suspect.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I don't want to be too critical. It's not like I've ever written a comic. So I don't know. Could I do better? Maybe, probably not. But they're definitely not my favorite. I don't know. They just feel off. Like I don't really like the characters. I don't really like how Dick is. I mean, he has a couple moments that basically when he's talking to Clancy, I like that.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that are funny, mostly because they're so ridiculous, like him being the model and stuff. But yeah, generally speaking, it's kind of a mess.
Yeah, technically, I don't think the story was bad. Bruce Jones's writing isn't bad. I just don't think he got the character of Dick Grayson fully.
Yeah, and I think that's true. And I also don't really, I shouldn't say, it's not that I don't like Cheyenne, because she's fine, but I don't think Cheyenne is super well written. I don't like how they kind of would have her be so, like have such a hair trigger temper kind of thing. And
yeah, just the whole back and forth thing is kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, yes, of course, some people are like that, but also,
again, I think they just do that they always do that for drama. Even like TV shows.
Right, and it's also like sometimes it's stressful when they do that with women because it's, I don't know, you're just more sensitive to it when they're doing that with women. And
two, it's like that's the whole thing about ongoing comics too. It's like, we don't want Dick to marry Barbara, so hey, we had to break him up. We had to move to New York, and we can't ever just progress. There's always a reversion at some point. All right. Is there anything else?
Hey, at least we had some good covers.
Yes. Especially this last one.
And I mean, even though it's ridiculous, the tentacle monster, I mean, it's always good for a laugh.
And yes, I'll definitely put up on our social media. We'll do we'll go series by series, hey, what's your favorite Dick Grayson cover? And then maybe pit them against each other until we get to the greatest Dick Grayson cover of all time.
The greatest. I don't know if we can. Let's just do it what's your favorites?
Just what's your favorite?
Because then we don't have to achieve.
Yeah.
Because I feel like add the greatest, and people will be like, no, this one's better. Just see what people like.
Or do it by series, or just throw out, hey, generally, what's your favorite Dick Grayson covers?
No, I said let's start with his first series. I mean, because if you do want to do the top 10, you need a fairly substantial thing to start with. So start with the top 10 of his first series because that's finished, and there's 150 options.
Oh, okay. So what, the top 10? Wait, the top 10 of those, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta be reasonable. It can't just be the top 10 covers that have Dick Grayson on them. I mean, sheesh, that's thousands.
He's probably the second greatest character. He's probably made the second most appearances of all time.
As you know, the fun fact, in the Golden Age, he appeared on more comic covers than Batman.
I know.
And there are some amazing World's Finest covers.
Yes. But Mr. Mark Waid, who we'll be talking to again soon, he said Batman is the character who's had the most. He's the fictional character who's had the most stories written about him in human history. The couple
written. I bet if you you included oral histories, there'd be some people that would bump it.
Maybe, but I mean, just think about it. 80-some years. I mean, at certain points, like now, Batman has how many comics a month, so...
Right, I know, but I'm thinking, like, Zeus or somebody, like, Gilgamesh, this sort of stuff. I mean, they're outlasting Batman by a couple thousand years, so... But a lot of their stuff was oral.
Yeah, but how often do we get new Hercules stories, though?
I don't know.
I'm not saying quality, I'm just saying quantity.
Right, no, I get it with, totally. I understand it with the written. I'm saying I imagine that there are probably some characters.
And Batman's will never die.
It's just also, I don't know, I find it so fast. It's also a sign of the jump in publishing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be honest, like, that's ridiculous if it's true that something that's not even 100 years old has the most published stuff. I mean, 100 years old, that's like nothing.
Yeah, I know, but still, again, he has how many books a month? Even since the 90s, probably Batman's had at least like 3-4 books every month, and then you added like miniseries and...
No, yeah, I mean, and because he's a licensed... It's just...
Yeah.
Interesting.
And again,
because of the way that...
because
of the way that they promote these characters and stuff. Because it's like somebody like King Arthur or whatever should be way out, selling. Because he's been around, or like I said, Zeus or Athena or whatever. Or, Thor. To be honest, they should check out Thor in all his mediums. He might be getting close.
That's a history professor, kids.
Go back and saw, all that prose edda, poetry ed, prose edda, Snorri Sturluson on.
I need to find some online thing. I need to be a professor of comics. Come on. I need a degree in comics, kids.
There's a program.
Ooh, where? I know. I swear.
Well, it'd be like American culture or whatever.
Oh, American culture. Okay. All right. So, anything else?
No. What are we doing next week, Phil?
Next week, well, first of all, we will have this second part of our Nightwing Flash team up because the new issue will be out next week. Nightwing 91.
That's exciting.
So we'll have the new issue, and we'll be jumping back to Grayson also with Grayson 9 through 12. So, Speaking of butt shots, yes, more Grayson coming up. That was pretty cool. Next 2 weeks will be Grayson. Yeah, next week Grayson 9 through 12, and then the week after Grayson 13 through 16.
All right.
Then in 3 weeks, we'll do the Nightwing issue of the Officer Down crossover, which we do with the Batman, me and Lil's Batman show. And then after that, we'll get some new Titans. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to say yes. I won't eat it. It's the Starfire marriage stuff.
Oh. Well, we have some shots that are like...
You know what? It'll be interesting? Yeah, it's around that New Titans 100 stuff. It'll be interesting.
That one.
It'll be interesting. Compare that stuff to the Bruce Jones stuff. Who did it better? Who did it worse? Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I believe that was still Marv, wasn't it?
What?
Was that Marv Wolfman, wasn't it still?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I thought he took it to the end.
Did he leave at some point, or did he write the whole run?
He might have went to the end. I thought even after Dick left, he was still writing it, I thought.
Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. So, kids. But next week, again, the new issue, Nightwing 91 and Grayson 9 through 12. So, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter, join the Nightwing fan group on Facebook. Also, again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everything we do gets a video, including regular episodes, creator interviews. So don't miss it. Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
And also, most important, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we're not billionaires. We're not wards of billionaires. So we're paying for this on our own. So yes, every little bit helps. With $3 to $5 gets you exclusive content, early access to creator interviews. Once again, Mark Wade's coming up soon. Mr. JMD Mateus is coming up soon. And every month, Lilith and I talk to Mr. D.G. Chichester about all his comic book works.
Working on getting Tomasi for me so I can talk medieval.
I got the good workout for you guys.
We'll have to do more Tomasi run. Yeah, we'll hit him up again. Yeah.
No, I'm saying try to track him down. I want to talk to him so I can tell him how delighted I was that the cloisters appeared in the comics.
We'll get there. And also on the Patreon, the superhero movie brackets. Once again, March episode is up. Kristen and I picked the worst between Elektra and Blade Trinity. And then...
It was easy, in my opinion.
I know, same here. And then the April episode will be all the Marvel semifinalists battling it out for the worst Marvel movie. So don't miss a minute. So yeah, subscribe to the Patreon or get yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And again, speaking of a professor, yes, go pick up Dick Grayson Boy Wonder on Amazon. Help her with her projects, you know. Someone has to have more stories than Batman. Hey man, we need like a twice monthly, you know. I wonder how far Dick is away from Batman. Well, probably now it's probably
way too far.
Yeah. He had a chance in the golden age and he let it slip away. So, but yes, Dick Grayson Boy Wonder on Amazon. Go pick it up. Fans of the show, you'll love it. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next week, new issue, Nightwing with 91. We'll see Dick and Wally mess up KG Beast. She should never have shot Dick in the head, man. I mean, Bruce has already taken his revenge on KG Beast. Now,
yeah, that's right. That was a while ago. He like beat him up and then just left him there in the snow, right?
Oh, I mean, he took his grapple gun and like shot him under the. I mean, he really gave it. Yeah.
Wasn't it somewhere snowy, or am I thinking?
Yeah, it was like in Russia. Yeah, because he like ran back to Russia, and Bruce is like, "Yeah, you can't run from me." And then Dick's already encountered KG Beast, but now I guess it's Wally. You know, everyone's gonna get a turn to be like, "Shouldn't have shot him in the head, kid." Boom. Because everyone loves Dick Grayson. All right, kids, come back next week. Same wing time.
Same wing time.
The Nightwing News. Let's get out of New York. Escape from New York.
We Are Venomaniacs is the Venom Site official podcast for all of your symbiote news, reviews, and point of views about Venom-related comics, movies, television, animation, and merchandise. We are available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play Music, and YouTube. Join us, won't you?